point of my video, I'll be discussing to anyone and everyone who is related to the field of business, specifically to the students who are aspiring to enter this field of business administration, because I've added an additional segment that deals with the professional education. Apart from the changes in business scenarios because of this pandemic. And all this is related specifically to this pandemic and the post-pandemic world, which we would be logically coming to a conclusion as to what do we expect and how do we expect our students to be working after this pandemic. So the major takeaways of this video would be the changes in professional education, the changes in the scope of business, the changes in the behavior of customers, maybe the changes in the area of work, the changes in the scope of work. So in short, what we would be doing is, we would be connecting the dots of what was the scenario, what is the current scenario, and what could be. So these are the 3 dots. 2 dots are available in front of us. So we will be trying to connect these dots. So it's not you won't say that it is very intelligent if someone says that the behavior of customer is going to change. Almost everyone by now has understood that the behavior of customer will change. The only thing that we have to come to a conclusion is, will the customer be king even after the pandemic? And the answer is yes. Even with the input of technology between the product and the final customer, the customer is not going to pay for an additional input apart from the middleman and the supply chain. So the customer won't be expecting a rise in price. And everyone would know what the word middleman is. It is a very famous word all around the world, and being an Indian, you know what it is. So we won't be discussing much about it. What could students basically do to adapt to these changes in the professional education? So since these things are changing, the content, the delivery, the style of professional education is bound to change. Number one, physically it is going to change. Students are going to attend classes for a much lesser period of time. That is the most probable result of this pandemic. So students would be attending the classes even more irregularly than they had been doing till now. The industry interaction is expected to fall down. So what does this actually mean for students? What does it actually translate into? Why am I repeating this? How does this change affect a student in general? It is because business administration, for people those who pursued the field of business, it was understood that they would be working in the urban areas. There was a reason to it. The input of technology. Technology had penetrated deeply into the urban belt. And India has a huge rural population that has the scope of growth. So these businesses would of course be moving towards the rural belt faster than ever thought. This pandemic, as a surprise, would be a boon for rural India. And what does this mean for students? It means that the places from where you have actually come from, your hometown, the tier 3 cities, or the urban belt closer to your homes, closer to your villages, or closer to your small towns or cities, would have an influx of new businesses. And there lies your opportunity. This is a big change that was expected to come somewhere after 10 or 15 years. This pandemic has fastened this process. So guys, be ready for this. This is supposedly going to happen. There will be many amongst you who would be aspiring to become businessmen. So rural India is the place to start business now. If you already have a business or a family business in rural India, It would be wise enough to continue that. If you have a business in urban India, it would be even wiser to move towards rural India or occupy newer places in rural India, because those people have got the buying power. The other point we discussed in the beginning of this video was changing the scope and the nature of business. So before discussing this, I'd like to point out towards two specific words: the Indian style of management and the Western style of management. The Indian style, of course, you would understand what in funny terms is called the Lalai style, and the Western style is considered to be a little more professional. That's not my word. I beg to say that I differ from this opinion, but this is what the normal perception is. So, what is the way forward, or what changes do we expect in these styles? So, these two distinct styles have been working pretty well for India. The rural India was mostly functioning on the Indian style. The urban India was mostly functioning on the Western style, or the professional style, as many would love to call it. The way forward would be a mix of these two styles. Since the behavior of customer is changing and business by nature is a very contact prone industry, contact prone process rather, I would say. The customer and the middleman have to have a contact. The customer and the supply chain have to have a contact. Or the customer and the business owner have to have a contact. For the product to be transferred from one place to another, any two people need to come to contact. And the basic intention of business after this pandemic would be to decrease these points of contact. Because in many business processes, the contacts are more than one. In certain cases, the contacts are all the four. So the business is trying to decrease the points of contact from 4 to probably 1, or to be probably none. But that's not the case to be. So there would be a contact. But still, since the behavior of customer is going to change, the style of management that I expect to come forward in the near future, very quickly in fact, is the amalgamation of the Indian style, that is the Lalai style, and the Western style, or the professional style. The reason is very simple. Indian style has always been a very close contact business process. But the best part about it is a single contact process. Whereas the professional or the Western style, that has included all the 4 different types of contact into the whole process. They have actually made this a little complex. Not to say that they were wrong. India is a very huge country, very large country, and the world as such is very large. So all the businesses cannot reach everywhere to each and every customer. So there you need to bring in more players in between yourself and the customer, so that the process is easy and faster. But now, since the contact aspect of this has to be decreased, the amalgamation of Indian style and the Western style is about to come. We will discuss this in much more detail. This is a very big topic. We will discuss about it in some other video if you would like to. But right now, I would like to say that the students should expect these two styles to be mixed. The success will only follow to those people who mix these two styles. Because according to me, this looks to be a solution that is very much in front of us right now. And if something else doesn't come up, this is the most probable solution that would be available in front of each and every business in India. The third thing now, what can students do, or what can business people do, or what can people do who are involved in the business to mitigate all those changes? What qualities, characteristics do we need to imbibe really quickly is going to become very important for customers, for businesses, for everyone. And students are not an exception. So the social presence of each and every student would be a major criteria for any business to hire in future. This is what, and I'll explain it to you where I'm coming from. See, since the advent of technology, technology has taken the help of social media, or businesses have taken the help of social media to promote their products in a large way. And as of now, the reach of social media is very, very deep. And I find it not amusing to see that businesses are going to use it. This is for sure. And to be selling on business platforms or social media, the people who would be doing it or the people involved with it, their social profile will have to match that with those of the businesses. And the best part is the customers, I'm certain that the customers would be tracking the social presence. The manufacturing of the products would be separated from the business, because that is the most logical step to do business right now and going forward. The manufacturing processes would be most likely, because of this pandemic and the shift of attention towards the rural India, the manufacturing processes can be transferred to rural India. But since there is a logistical difficulty, there is a difficulty most probably in starting business so soon in rural India, that these manufacturing processes will be shifted in parts in rural India. So that's an opportunity for you guys, for the students, for the people who are already in business, but for the students who are expected to enter this field after 4 or 5 years or 2 or 3 years, they can expect the manufacturing process to be separated from the actual business. Now manufacturing and service industry might go together to give a new experience to the, altogether a new experience to the customer. This is also a probable outcome. What business has of course been doing is, it surprises the customers. Business has a habit to surprise customers, because that is also a strategy to sell. If a customer is surprised, more often than not, the customer will oblige you by buying your product. Even if it is nice or not nice, that doesn't matter. The impulse sale often happens because of the surprise factor. Because that how the business from urban India are expected to shift to rural India, and how the whole manufacturing process is expected to shift to rural India and then break into smaller parts so that the contact process can be decreased. This is what is expected. And we also discussed about the various things that students and people in business can do to mitigate those changes, to prepare themselves in a better manner so that their business can prosper. So this was me, Jigyasu. All the best from my side to all the students who are preparing for entrance exams like CAT, MAT, and for other universities who conduct their separate entrance exams. So that's an excellent field. All the best to you guys. My only request would be just keep your eyes and ears open and keep thinking. There would be a lot of changes happening around. I'll be coming to you regularly. If you've got any questions, do ask to me. And again, all the best from my side. Take care, guys.